Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We have just finished our last live stream, which was a match between the New Zealand seven sides and Canada. New Zealand able to get the win in the end for that matchup. It was a little bit closer than a lot of people would have been expecting, 21 points to the 10 of Canada. So that means New Zealand moves through to the semi-finals, and the team that they are facing is going to be the winner of this game between Great Britain and USA. They were the teams that finished 4th and 5th in this competition, or after group stage, I should say. So this is going to be a very exciting matchup, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. But if you do enjoy this live stream, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I am just typing up my scoreboard so that we are ready to go in a very short moment. As you can see, Great Britain there finishing second in Pool B, and they were on 7 points. And then in Pool C, it was actually the USA. They were able to finish on 7 points as well. We have got in the chat straight away, Amy, also Kyle and Kiwi Lads, you're doing a great job. Keep it up, says Peter. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated you guys all being here, streaming from South Africa as well. So you'll get to that next matchup that is going to be between South Africa and Argentina. That's the thing. These are the two Northern Hemisphere sides. Soon as this game is finished, we have got 4 teams all from the Southern Hemisphere, with the first match being Argentina taking on South Africa, second match being Australia taking on Fiji. We have also got Freedom Birds as well, says Katie Dixon. Let's go USA, says David as well. And well, that bomb bloke looks like Lachlan Boshier as well. And waiting for him to start. Yeah, I was a little bit late starting this one, as we did run a little bit longer than I did expect in that last one. But that is what is going to be happening with these back-to-back live streams that we are doing. It's going to be fast-paced, going to be exciting, just like this whole Sevens competition of the Tokyo Sevens in the Olympics. But at this stage, just bringing up the lineups for these next two sides. They are going to be taking on New Zealand in the semi-final. Whoever wins this one, first try for Tom Mitchell, I guess, as well, says Escaroy. It's a pretty good guess. He has been playing very well, the captain of the Great Britain side. Tell you what, I am going to throw a name in the hat here. Not sure whether it's going to be right, but I am going to take the risk. I am going to say that it's going to be someone we don't expect to score a try. Like maybe one of, I'm going to say it is going to be Joe Schroeder, because I did say in the last game that I watched him play, he had a whole heap of strapping on his leg, but somehow he was able to get over the line, and I will back him to do that once again. I guess you could say it. Also, we have got in the chat Ric Flair noises as well, with the woo in the chat. JC Pretorius will be the key for South Africa versus Argentina. Yeah, he seems like a head of wisdom, that is for sure, and a very talented player. And he is one of those guys that I feel like are going to be, like you mentioned, one of the keys for them. Him alongside, I believe it is Dupre, who is also playing very well lately in their games. We have got Kiwi Lads a question as well. Go for it, Brandon. And also we have got in there, come on America, Freedom Birds, and also Fiji Sevens. Best chance for medals for their country, says Amy Finn. Yeah, at this stage, Fiji are still the favourites, I believe, to win the whole competition. And that's the thing. Imagine a huge upset of Australia winning this one. And it's going to be James Dolman in charge of this one, Kiwi boy. And at this stage, it seems like a couple of the USA players, I believe it is Madison Hughes for the US. It looks like he is a little bit wounded with the eye, but then they are showing now the captain, Tom Mitchell, of the Great British side. Who's going to be able to get this win? Do let me know your score predictions in the chat below, and I will be reading them all out. Field support robot as well. I feel like that's going to become a mascot maybe on the channel as well, although I don't know how we go with licensing of that. But we have also got USA from Johnny Blaze / Marco Vonopola Bear. We will put our scoreboard up as these sides are just making their way out onto the field. So the starting lineup, they have gone with Barrett, Schroeder, Nuia, Thomason. They put it down. Unfortunately, tell you what, they've put it up very quickly in that regard. They've had it up for about 3 seconds, sorry. But looks like Tom Mitchell, maybe he will be able to have a decent impact in this one for them. And also Perry Baker is going to have a decent chance as well. They keep on putting them up and down for the starting lineups for this one. But I see Perry Baker out on the field, and also Danny Barrett, Joe Schroeder. USA is going to be a hard side to beat in this one. I have a feeling Ric Flair came to New Zealand many years ago. He was the man as well, says David. And also USA says Smoking Gun. And also, what game did you record before? We actually tried to record some New Zealand sevens, or just sevens in general. We decided we would go with. Unfortunately, didn't go as smoothly as we had planned, because of the fact that sevens and rugby challenge is broken if you have 2 people playing. So it didn't quite work out for us, but we did a decent enough job. But at this stage now, once again, it is going to be Great Britain taking the knee, and we are getting very close to getting underway in this match between the US and also Great Britain. This is for a position in the semi-final to take on New Zealand. Who is going to be able to get the win? That's a big question. We have Scott. I remember watching him when I was a kid, and I loved him as well. says Katie Dixon, and come on Japan, says Prashnet, and also 19-12 for Peter Miller's prediction as well. But now it is going to be kicked off once again now for the US, the second match of the quarterfinals, and it is going to be in the hands now of, it will be the captain, Tom Mitchell, inside of his own 22, trying to look for the gap and trying to work their way out of their own 22, which is tough to do when the USA have such speedy players. You can't really find those gaps too often, but now they are working on it. He's done a little offload, risky stuff there, and still only a metre short of his line here. It's going to be Tom Mitchell. A little bit of a counter run, but he is being tackled there by Perry Baker. And now it is going to be a penalty to the Great British side. Tell you what, that was a scary start for them there. They almost got trapped inside of their own 22, and that would have been extremely hard to work their way out of it if that was the case. Is GB taking a knee? This wokeism is getting a hand as well. And hallelujah, says Marco Vonavolo, our Freedom Bird Church prayer time as well, says Katie Dixon. But now that was a big hit on Perry Baker. Almost looked like the elbow to the head at first glance. So it looks like Liam Mitchell, or sorry, not Liam Mitchell. It is actually Tom Mitchell. He is still down. Perry Baker is up, though. He is looking ready to go. And that man has insane pace when you give him a little bit of space. But Mitchell looking a little bit worse for wear. Looks like he has made his way back to his feet. Looks like he's got a big limp. Like I mentioned earlier on, there is huge humidity at the ground. They mentioned that per game of sevens that these guys are playing, they are losing 2.5 kgs every time. So hydration is important. And also you don't want to be getting fatigued because of the fact that it is extremely tough on the body in these conditions in Japan, 30 degrees Celsius as well. You don't want to be out there when it is that hot, I don't think. But we others got there. I was going to do that here, the showmanship as well, the styling and profiling, and we others got that in the bling bling. As I said, Marco Vonapolvio looks like he is going to be going off the field here. I keep on trying to call him Liam Mitchell, but it is Tom Mitchell who is now going to be making his way off the field by the looks of it, which is not ideal. They are showing the man on the number 7 jersey there, Nuia, who is starting this one. It is going to be the scrum feed here for the number 7, which in this one is Dan Bibby. They're still inside of their 22, though, here, which means they are going to be under huge pressure. Now they're inside of their own goal line, and he's just going to have to kick this ball here, Bibby. No choice, and that is a brilliant kick downfield just to clear a little bit of the pressure we have got in there as well. Frishnet has said you could legit be a proper commentator. Thank you very much, mate. It is hugely appreciated, all you guys tuning in. The goal of these live streams is to give you guys who don't have the ability of being able to watch the game, whether it's not available in the country you live in or whether it is kind of that it would be a monthly subscription or anything like that. I just love providing the free commentary for you guys to be able to listen and also follow the games as we go. Now it's going to be Barrett straight through the gap, and he's going to score the first try. Big dive as well from Barrett. And it is the man in the number 3 jersey, Danny Boom Boom Barrett, as they've called him. And he has just scored the first try of the match for the US. And that is going to be the first try of this match, and probably more than likely not the last for the US, the way that Barrett just ran through that gap. Big fend on the number 11. And unfortunately from there, Waddleton just had no chance for Kiwis. You must be used to pies and a $1 fizzy, not used to 45 or 35 degree heat as well. Let's go USA, says Zohab, and Oh No Barrett score, says Escaroy, and Oh Daddy Boy says it was Katie, and okay, Tom's out, first try for Bibby as well, says Escaroy, and Giant Man Slam. That was a big dive. Imagine hurting yourself on the dive. We've seen it before. We've seen celebrations go wrong where people have that massive celebration end up, it's like Johnny Walker in the UFC, did his salute, little bit of a worm, and then he ended up dislocating his shoulder, and he was out for like 3 months after that. But we have also got in the Freedom Birds Woo as well. And Hamish, mate, you certainly have the gift of the gab, mate. You speak clearly fast, and the speech flows effortlessly. Great work, Hamish, as well, says Marco Vonapolvio Bear. Thank you very much, mate. And, I mean, you've been here all the way through, so hopefully it has improved over the months that we have been doing it, but now it's going to be in the hands of Osefo. And he is trying to find his way through the defensive line of Great Britain. He has lost his footing, though, so that is unfortunate for him. Now it's going to be Nuia out the back line. Now it's back into the hands of Boom Boom Barrett, and he's just shunted off a couple men once again. Little bit of a spin from the number 9, but he is being dragged down. I think he tripped on himself a little bit. Now it's going to be quick hands from Schroeder. Gives it now. It's out into the hands of Perry Baker, and that's going to be the second try for the USA. And they are on fire at the moment here, the US. And that means now with 2 tries, it's going to be a hard mountain for Great Britain to climb. But they've got pretty big mountains over there, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So maybe they just need to get their hands on the ball, and then from there, they will be able to possibly make their way over that try line like they have been able to many times. Although that game up against Fiji would have knocked the confidence a little bit. They were having some very good runs up until that point 26 meters out now, and it is going to be a drop kick opportunity. Is it going over? Yes, it is. So now the score is going to be 14-0 to the USA. I find myself cheering for whichever team does a good move, says Liquid Images. I'm a bit the same. Like, I'm pretty much completely impartial for all of these games, and I feel like it's just one of those ones that from watching them, I just absolutely love it. Like USA and also Great Britain, they have got some very speedy players, and we are seeing it here, and I feel like the pace of a lot of these sides in the Tokyo Sevens, they were saying earlier on that we haven't got to see as much of those pacey players out on the wing as we expected, but we're still seeing some very good plays, and it's all about finding that offload to a support runner. And tell you what, that's going to be almost another try here for the US. Oh, it's gone through their hands, but it's gone to Barry Baker if it went backwards. I think that's going to be a third try here for the US. I think that's fine, and that's going to be another try. How long, says Paul, at this stage? We have only been going for 5 minutes, 2 minutes 20 left of the first half, and the USA are absolutely pouring it on here. It's going to be 21-0, and we are still in the first half. Can they put up 50? That would be a huge statement to be able to do so up against a team of the caliber as Great Britain. It would be pretty incredible. Come on, Great Britain as well, says Amy. And also we have got in there, let's go USA, says Cole. And I think the only thing coming home for the Poms is their sevens team medalists as well, says David. That is harsh. We also got, who do you want to play? New Zealand in the semi-final. Probably the worst thing to play New Zealand as well, says Amy. I think it's going to be exciting seeing the likes of Barry Baker go up against some of those wingers. I know a lot of people have been saying they need Caleb Clark to kind of mark up with Baker, but we'll have to wait and see how they go. But Barry Baker, he scored 3 tries in the tournament so far, 2 of them in this game. So he has been relatively quiet in some of those other games, you would say, because of the fact that he's one of those guys who, when he gets his hands on the ball, he's putting it over the line, and he is going to make you pay. And now, once again, it's going to be kicked off by the US. Not claimed that time, though. Great Britain have got their hands on the ball, but once again, it's inside of their 22. They haven't been in the half of the US yet, but this is looking like it's about to change as he steps around Oseva there. Now it's going to be the man in the number 3 jersey, fires it wide. And it's a beautiful ball into the hands of Glover. He's actually been one of the standouts for me. Someone asked me earlier on who I thought has been playing well. I feel like Glover hasn't really been working his way through there. Now it's going to be Baker, the acceleration. Beautiful low tackle. Perfect tackling technique there from, it was Lindsay Haig, I believe it was. And that was a try-saving tackle almost because of the fact, like I mentioned, as soon as you give them space, it is going to be trouble. But now it's going to be in the hands. Oh, there, number 2, some good pace there from Great Britain, 40 meters out now from the USA line, going through the hands of Glover. Of course, as soon as I say that he is playing well, he ends up dropping the ball. I feel like that always happens. Now it's going to be wide, and they have got numbers on the outside here. Ben Harris looked like he wanted it, but Waddleton is the man with the hands. Well, here's the hand. Having a shot on the man with the ball, I should say, just outside of the 22 now for Great Britain. Beautiful inside ball, and it's going to be the try for Lindsay Hain. And they are going to score the try to get just a little bit further back into this match now, the Great British side. Could be close. It's gone over as well, and they've kicked it that quickly that now they have still got time for one more kickoff in this one, and they will be kicking off to the US. The first time they have entered the half of the US, they have been able to score. I want to see Caleb Clark versus Semi Radradra as well, says Cole. Could happen. Could happen. If US win this game and then New Zealand beat the US, then all of a sudden that is well and truly on the cards. That would be pretty awesome as well. You are impartial, Hamish, and good on you, mate, as well, says David. And also we have got in the chat as well, US Stingham, and also Caleb Clark is Helen Clark's son. And how long left at this stage now? It is going to be a little knock on, so we are going now to halftime. And it means that the score is going to be 21 to the US and 7 to Great Britain. So there is going to be a 14-point difference. Sound Bro as well, says Paul McCulloch. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. I've realized I've never tried to pronounce your last name, and I think I know why, because of the fact that I can't really pronounce it that well. The Americans have strong sevens culture. Just imagine what will happen when there's 15s take off. And with the MLR, they have got a good chance of that happening. The US, they have got some very talented players coming through the ranks, and it's going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be Fiji NZ final as well, says Brushnet. And also we have got in there, hey, Hamish, is this the first time for you to broadcast sevens? You'll make a good contribution with KT on HSBC tournaments as well, says Escaroy. It is actually the first ever game, or not first ever game, but the first ever sevens game that I have commentated. It's almost the first game of sevens that I've watched in a long time as well, when I did the very first games. And it's been pretty awesome learning all of these players all over again. I feel like that's one thing I absolutely love about doing this as well, is I get to learn the players. You guys know all of your fun stats about them as well. And it ends up kind of being almost like an interactive learning commentary session thing, I guess you could say it. And I absolutely love it. We have Let's Go USA. You can do it. This will cheer me up a bit as I'm slightly losing faith in Kevin Durant and co. Tell you what, the basketball has not been going well for the US. I've noticed even that game, like no one expected them to lose in that game up against France. And I feel like that was one of those turning points that everyone was like, hang on, what's going on here? But Kenya versus NZ, South Africa versus Australia for bronze. As well says Machu, although Kenya are actually going to be playing off for 11th and 12th because of the fact that they did lose their game up against, they won their game up against Japan. So they are going to be playing off for 9 and 10, and that is going to be in a game up against Ireland as well. That's going to be happening tomorrow, and we are going to be covering all of the games that are happening tomorrow as well, including semi-finals and finals. We're getting close to the end of this competition. There is the Women's Seven starting up. I have no idea about half of the players in that, but I might consider doing a few of those games as well, if that is something you guys are keen to see, those Olympic rules different than NBA rules as well, says Katie. And also, yeah, the US in 15s will definitely be a force to be reckoned with. Some of those NFL blokes built like props, yet run like outside backs. Yeah. I mean, imagine having about 5 Asafa Moas running around on the field. That would be scary. I mean, even having one of them running around on this field, like as soon as you try and tackle him, you just get him bulldozed, like full stop. But that one is going to be kicked off here by Great Britain, just a little bit too deep with that kickoff, which means now it is going to be straight into the hands of Schroeder for the US, just inside of their own 22 now, going for the backline movement. Once again, it's going to be on the outside. Beautiful inside ball to Perry Baker, but he has been dragged down low once again. And that is something that Great Britain, once he has scored his 2 tries, they are not letting him through for the third at this stage. Going to be once again Barrett having the carry. The number 10 now trying to spin out of the tackle there, Hughes, but he is going to be dragged down. It was a huge hit on him. Just get him dragged around there, Madison Hughes. He already had the cut above the eyebrow. Doesn't need another one, but now it's going to be Osefa on the outside. Goes to Schroeder, gone through the hands as well. And straight away, it's very lucky. And it might be a yellow card here. Double blow of the whistle here. And it is going to be a card to the US for a deliberate knockdown. It was their number 9 who did so, and that is going to be Stephen Thomason, who did end up giving away that one. We will read the chat in a very short moment, but once again, it is going to be Great Britain on attack. They have got 2 minutes with a man advantage, and they're going short side now on the outside. It is beautiful, and it's going to be the try, and it is going to be Harris who scores at the comeback as well and truly on here for the Great British side. They are going to be sitting on at least 12 points now, only a 9 points behind with a kick to come as well. We have Scott, Kenya, Fiji are very similar. What do you reckon? Hell, what? Fiji and Kenya. I mean, even Kenya by themselves here in this tournament have shown they have got potential in this one. Like them and Canada, I feel, are my 2 teams that I really didn't know too much about going into this game and have been utterly surprised and impressed with how they've been going. That one's gone over from Great Britain, and now the score is going to be 14 points to 21. Little knock on there from Great Britain. They needed to hang on to that one. They did want to continue that momentum. We have got in there. Can you have the same physicality to Fiji? Yeah, they do. They are very dangerous. If you stream the Women's 7, count me in. As well as David David. And also we have got, do you know what time the finals are tomorrow? Says Amy Finn. Straight after this match, I will get that information for you if that is all right. Or I might actually try and get it now because they are having the scrum feed. But I will get that up for you guys straight away. And also, for anyone who is wondering, whoever wins this game between Great Britain and USA will be going on to the final, or the semi-final, and they will be taking on New Zealand. So that's going to be a big one. What else is similar as well? I am just looking through. Is that for the here for Kenya and Fiji, if I'm not wrong? But at this stage now, I will quickly get that information. But we have got a scrum now once again, and it is going to be the USA's ball. They are just going to try and use up some time, and that's not how to do it because that is going to be a knock-on advantage. And it almost was going to become a penalty there for Great Britain, but now it is going to be once again a scrum feed. Right, semi-finals tomorrow for you guys. It is going to be the first match of the semi-final is going to be 2 p.m. That's going to be New Zealand taking on the winner of this match. Then the next game is going to be 2:30, and that's going to be the winner of either Argentina taking on South Africa. They will verse the winner of the game between Australia and Fiji. So 2 big matches tomorrow afternoon as well, and we will be covering those games for you guys. But at this stage now, it's going to be Great Britain once again. They still have the man advantage. It's going to be Glover stepping around. Nice little offload out the back. Gives it to Norton. He's got a bit of pace on the outside. He step round the man in the number 1 jersey, Isles as well. And that is very impressive. What a tackle that is, though, from the US, driving them backwards. They have still got this one. It's got to be Glover with the ball in one hand, trying to jump over the defense. Not quite working out for him, but they are getting extremely close here. Great Britain, they've got numbers. He steps on the inside, and it's a try between the posts. And Great Britain are going to be right back in this one. We're going to be back to an even playing field. What has happened in the second half? That is going to be 21-21. And it means now that the man is going to be back out on the field. What a game this is for a quarterfinal. It's going to be interesting to see what way it goes at the end. That is for sure. We haven't got in there. Keep it together, Freedom Birds as well, says Katie. That was, unfortunately for them, not going too well. How long to go, Kiwi Lads, at this stage? I will just see the timer once it comes up. They have still got 3.5 minutes left. Does Australia have the ability to beat Fiji? If they can play like they did in the early stages of that game up against New Zealand and just hang on to the possession, I feel like they've got a decent chance. Fiji, like they had a good game up against Great Britain. That's the thing. I think they're in form today, which does make it extremely dangerous for you if you are coming up against them. But going short here, it's going to be taken nicely there by the man in the number 8 jersey for the US. It's going to be a counter ruck once again from Great Britain, but they have still got this one. I tell you what, they are putting them under pressure, rushing up there. It's going to be now Madison Hughes slips on the 40-meter line. They have still got this one here, though. It's going to be Devon Williams now trying to find the gap. He is going to be tackled, almost a rolling maul. He hasn't been down on the ground. The knees are still up, and now, because of it, they have been told to release, but straight on the ball, and Bibby wins the penalty for Great Britain. The momentum has well and truly shifted in this one, and it's going to be out into the hands of Norton, and he's too quick, and it's going to be the try to Great Britain with 3 minutes left. He is trying to get it as close to the line as he can, but that is another try for Great Britain. They were 21-0 down, weren't they, if I'm not wrong? And then they scored that last-minute try in the first half. What is going on? They are playing like a team possessed at the moment here, Great Britain, and they have well and truly earned their way back into that leader's position. They haven't actually had it throughout this match as well, which is what makes it all that more impressive. Come on, Great Britain as well, says Amy. And also we have got, 15 NZs playing US 15s in October in Washington. I did see that. That is going to be pretty awesome to see how the Eagles go up against the All Blacks. But at this stage now, 26 to Great Britain. They've actually missed that kick. So that means now only 5 points difference. I'm going to say it. 2 minutes, 20 left. Next try wins. Is it going to be Great Britain, or is it going to be the USA making the comeback? It's going to be kicked off high once again by Bibby. He's had a fantastic game so far. It's going to almost be taken nicely by the US. Passes it now to the man inside of the 22. It's going to be Leota trying to drive forward, trying to get the opportunity. Now it's going to be Carlin Isles. He has the pace, but he wasn't quite able to find his way down the wing now. Back inside of their own 22. Now it's going to be Hughes passing it across field. Gives it now into the hands of Williams, and he's got a bit of pace. I think I called him Devon Williams earlier rather than Kevin, or Kayvon, I think it is pronounced, but now it's going to be Williams once again. Now goes to Hughes, back across the field, Leota. Now they're just trying to find that gap here. The US little offload out the back, very nicely done, trying to find that gap, and it's going to be Leota once again, who is trying to pierce it. Now it's going to be out into the hands of, it is going to be Carlin Isles, who just isn't quite able to find his way through the gap, getting driven close to the touchline. 1 minute 20 left in this game between these two sides. Who is going to get that spot in the semi-final up against New Zealand? Because there is a lot to play for. It could be a medal on the line for whoever wins this one. Now it's going to be in the hands now. And it's going to be the number 9, Thomas, who is driving forward. Almost stolen. I believe it is Thomason, sorry. And now going to the short side once again, just trying to bust through the tackle of the number 2 for Great Britain. But he has still got this one. Now it's going to be Leota once again. USA looking dangerous with ball in hand at the moment. And now they've got the man on the outside. Gives it into the hands of the number 8 here, which in this one is Marcio Brown. And it's going to be a penalty. Who is it to, though? It is a penalty to Great Britain with 45 seconds left. New Zealand versus Great Britain, or NZ versus USA. At this stage, it's looking like it could be Great Britain. Perhaps, I didn't know, South Africa joining Six Nations as well. I don't think they are yet, but there is rumours that maybe they would like to in the future. And that USA All Blacks game is a money grab as well, says Chris. And also we have got, come on, GB, says Amy, and ABS will play, soon only play Tonga, Fiji, USA, Australia, and Argentina. Once South Africa joined the Six Nations as well. And damn, hate eating my words as well, says David and Great Britain. At this stage, Marco Vunapolu are going for them, wins next game. It is straight after this one, and it is going to be the match between South Africa and Argentina. So what I am going to do, while we are waiting for the last 27 seconds of this match, I am going to get the channel up, and I will be able to find you guys exactly where the next game is going to be taking place on the channel, and you will be able to join straight in from that live stream as well. But all they need is the line out here to be able to win this one, Great Britain. The fact that they were 21-0 down, They lost badly to Fiji as well, but now they will be able to have this big fight back. They are showing the captain there, Tom Mitchell, but I will put the link in the chat right now for you guys. Pretty much that is the link to our next live stream, and it is going to be the match between South Africa and Argentina, and that will decide who is going to be going through to the semi-final on the other side of the bracket. But be sure to check that out after we finish this live stream, of course. But now it's going to be a scrum here for the side from Great Britain. Can they do it here? Are you going to stream out great NZ athlete Laurel Hubbard? I don't think I am. For this one, it's going to be... Oh, the time has stopped. I thought for a second it was going to be a penalty on the side of the US, but it is going to be a scrum reset. A little bit of push and shove there between Williams and the number 5 for Great Britain. There's a lot on this one, and we have got see you there soon as well, says Peter, and also we have got Dan, you had it as well, says Victor. Yeah, that's the thing, to be 21-0 up, to then have Great Britain score 4 unanswered tries, you also end up with a yellow card as well. So, that's a great push from the US, though, trying to get that one. They've got 12 seconds left here for Great Britain, and they are only 10 metres out from their line. All they need is to not give away a penalty, but straight in there, it is going to be the US trying to get that one, and they are just wearing down the clock now by the looks of it. It's going to be a counter-attack once again, and the ball is getting almost going to be stolen. They're just going to counter-ruck here, USA, and it's a penalty, though, to Great Britain, and that is going to be the end of USA's medal hopes here. Why isn't Ireland part of Great Britain? It's actually a good question. I'm not too sure about the kind of politics or the reasoning behind it. But I know that I know Wales are part of Great Britain, and also England. England? Yeah, England are as well. Scotland's got their own country. Of course, gets in as well, says Amy, and also Enrich and Great Kane. Congratulations, GB. Ireland is where all the faulty players end up. As well, get them behind, mate. Wales has Marco Vonapolua, and at this stage, full-time, Great Britain able to get the win in the end. A comeback win, 21-0 down, to somehow get this win. Now they are going to be facing New Zealand tomorrow, 2 p.m. New Zealand time. What a game it is going to be. I'm almost going to lose my voice here. That game got me very excited. I feel like that was one of those matches that I didn't know what way it was going to go, and I feel like I still didn't right up until that final whistle. But at this stage, also, we have got USA last-minute try, game winner, not quite. Unfortunately for them, they were close. They almost counter-rucked to be able to get that one at the end, but it does just on the side of a Great Britain in the end. And we have got, because Ireland is a separate country, it's a republic, as well, says David. And also we have got GB, Wales, England, and Scotland, as well, says Chris Seo. At this stage here, you can see that they are disappointed here, the US, because of the fact they were so close. They almost had it, like 21-0 up. You would think, right, we've got this one, boys, but from there, Great Britain just dug deep, showed a lot of heart, and they were able to, in the end, get that win. But nonetheless, I think that's almost going to be the end of this live stream. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. What I am going to do once again is I am going to be putting a link in the chat, and that is going to push you straight onto our next live stream, which is going to be the match that is happening between two sides that are going to be, I'm trying to remember, Argentina and South Africa. Those are the ones, the Southern Hemisphere derby, what we are going to get to see in the Rugby Championship later on as well. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe and check that one out. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all very shortly for the next live stream that we are going to be doing in just a minute's time. And yeah, hope to see you all back extremely soon.